Okay, perfect. If you after this presentation, if you want this presentation, just send an email to international@ugent.be. It's easy for me if you mention Pronabec presentation somewhere in the subject. Don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll leave it on for just a second so that you maybe can take a screenshot. Later on in my presentation, there's also a QR code that you can scan that shows you the website that I will present. So keep your mobile device close to you so you can open it up as soon as I share the QR code. Okay, meet up with Ghent University. There we go. Yep. Okay, quick some fast facts about Ghent University. We are established in 1817, means that we are a relatively old university, and we have 11 faculties, and we have English taught master programs at all of these faculties. We only have master programs in English. We don't have any bachelor programs in English. So this is really for postgraduate students. You can see the faculties, and at every faculty, we do have some programs in English. In total, we have a small 100 programs in English, so we cater to almost everybody. Arts and philosophy, law, sciences, medicine, engineering, economics, veterinary medicine, psychology, bioscience engineering, pharmaceutical sciences, and political and social sciences. Ghent is a highly ranked university. For whatever it's worth, you see the rankings of different organizations over there. Not all universities, the ranking is already out for 2022 or 2023. For some it is, for others it's not. But you see that we're all almost only for the QS ranking. For all rankings, we are always in the top 100. So we are one of the universities that is consistently in the top 100 of almost every ranking. Ghent University is a university with plus 50,000 students. I'm rounding it up a little bit, rounding it off. It is a little bit more than 50,000 students. Of those 50,000 students, around 8,000 of them are international. So it means that almost 20% of our student body are international students, and they come from all around the world. So if you need a compatriot as a student, want to talk with somebody from Peru, it's no problem, but you will see that all other nationalities are represented in Ghent as well. Just some pictures about the atmosphere of Ghent. Ghent is really a city campus. It's completely different than the more American universities with campuses that are closed off. No, we have all around the city. This is the top picture, the panorama picture is a picture of the skyline of Ghent. And it's all over the city. We have historical buildings, and next to them we have university buildings. In a lot of those historical buildings, we actually have university aulas or labs or anything. So it's a vibrant city with a big student body and a very young life infused by the students of Ghent University. Then I'll quickly tell you about our master programs in English. I leave this slide for some seconds open. If you scan this QR code, you are going to the website where all of our English taught master programs are presented. I will go to this website together with you in this presentation, but I leave this open for another second. So you can, in a way, maybe switch between my presentation and the website yourself, open it up in a different tab of your web browser, for instance. So I hope you scanned it, then you know where to look for the program that you want. And I'll tell you a little bit how it works. So when you scanned the QR code, you arrive at what we call our study guide. That's the guide where all of our programs are presented. And most importantly, if you arrive there through the QR code, I already put on the correct filters. I've selected that you will only see the master programs and that you will see the master programs which are taught in English. And then you will see that there is a whole list of master programs, 73 programs found. So we have 73 programs that can be of interest of you, and you can keep on filtering them to see what you actually want to do. You can do this in two ways. Either you filter them through field of interest or you filter them through faculty. For me, it's always easy to work through faculty because I know economics is at the Faculty of Economics. That's an easy example. But for sciences, bioscience, engineering, or engineering, it's sometimes difficult to know where the program that you're actually interested in is. And so you can use, for instance, the field of interest. For instance, with the field of interest, if you select chemistry, you will find programs at the bioscience engineering, or the Faculty of Sciences, of course. So make sure that the filters are on master programs and that the language is on English. And then if we, for instance, if we select the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration, I showed this faculty as an example because a lot of international students are interested in those programs. See that we have 8 programs that could be of interest. It's always a Master of Business Economics, but between brackets, you see the specialization. So Master of Business Engineering, specialization in data analytics, finance, or operations management, Master of Economics of Globalization and European Integration. If you click on one of those programs, for instance, you would click on Master of Business Economics, you arrive at the actual program. So you can see here a program summary, a whole explanation what the program is about. If you click on program summary, you arrive at this page where you can see all the courses that you will have. I do a quick look. If I put it in another slide, I go back quickly. If you on every individual course, you can click and then you get a whole what the course is about. So for every program that you might be interested in, there is explanation upon the level of the courses. So if you, for instance, a Masters of Science in Business Engineering, you can read what the course in consumer behavior will be about, what digital marketing will be about, how many hours of practical training you will have, how many hours of theoretical lectures. If you really want to make a well-informed study choice, this study guide is your perfect place to start. From there, you can see, okay, I'm interested in the Faculty of Economics, or I'm interested in the Faculty of Sciences. Those are the programs. And for every program, you can drill down to the level of the course to see what's really for interest for you. So that's the study guide. I hope that you have the QR code. And once again, you can send me an email through international@ughent.be and ask for this presentation, and then you get the QR code and all the rest of the information. Tuition and cost of living. I've put this in euros and in your local currency. I think it's the sol, if I'm not mistaken, and I hope I have the correct symbol. This is, of course, I made this presentation, I think, small 2 weeks ago, so it is based on the currency rate of that moment. So could be already a little bit different. For once, you have tuition A and tuition B. That means, when you drill down on in the study guide, you will see if the program is tuition A or tuition B. Half of our programs have tuition A, the other half has a higher tuition. For instance, the faculty that has to do with the business schools, so the Faculty of Economics, all business-related programs, the Faculty of Engineering, the Faculty of Bioscience Engineering, and the Faculty of Medicine, the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Medicine, they all have tuition B. The Faculty of Sciences, the Faculty of Social Sciences, for instance, they have tuition A. So some of our programs are more expensive, almost 4,000 euros more expensive than others, but still the tuition fee for all of our programs is relatively low if you compare us to other countries. This is also the price you pay at Ghent University, and there is no other bill that you need to pay to Ghent University. For instance, in other countries, there is an even lower tuition fee, but sometimes you still have to pay a bill for instance, services that university, a meal plan or whatever. With us, this is the cost that you pay for your program. Then I put a little bit of a budget so that you can have a good idea what studying in Belgium or studying at Ghent University, what it means. Study cost is small fees that, for instance, buying a book, things that you need for study. Then with travel, I put 2 question marks because you probably know better than me how much it costs to travel from your home country, from Peru to that field is open that you have to fill in yourself. For housing, it's a yearly cost. Estimate account for 12 housing, almost 5,000 euros. Mobility bus is like a year-long ticket for the bus. In Belgium, it works that you buy 1 ticket and you can ride the bus with that 1 ticket, every bus you can take, and that's the cost. Mobility, it's like the cost of a bicycle. Year-long food, 2,430. Clothing, health is important. It's what you buy. For instance, some medicine. This is all based on his we have from it's not made by me. It's made by specialized in calculating study costs, also for Belgian students. And then leisure is everything you do. Of course, with food, clothing, leisure, you can spend more, less. It would be that. So total A is with the lower tuition fee, total B is with the higher tuition fee, is that 1 year of study at Ghent University and in Belgium costs almost 16,000 euros, which gives almost, which is around 61,000 sol in Peru. So that's a tuition and cost of living. If you are considering Belgium, I think this is, in comparison to other countries, the cost of living in other European countries will be very comparable to Belgium. And the tuition fees at Ghent University are low if you compare us with, for instance, the Netherlands, Germany, France, a little bit in the same ballpark, but sometimes in those countries you have some hidden administrative costs. And with us, there's only 1 tuition cost. Brings me to scholarships, a question that I always get. There are no scholarships at Ghent University. There are some, but very little. The competition is very high. You can always apply for them, but the competition is very high, less than 1%. But why are there no scholarships? That's because Ghent is a public university. You always have to compare our offer also sometimes to private universities. Public universities, we are paid by the Belgian government, and they also pay for our international students. So the low tuition fee is already the Belgian government tops it off. The tuition cost that you see there is not the real cost of those programs. The Belgian government is already sponsoring the university greatly. And that's why the Belgian government doesn't put a scholarship scheme in place, because in a way we give scholarships to everybody. Everybody is welcome for a low tuition fee. And we don't charge high tuition fees and then discounts or merit-based scholarships or whatever scholarship for some groups or some nationalities. Everybody is welcome for the same amount of money. And the downside to the system is that we actually don't have any any means to hand out scholarships. So always compare this offer, our budget, compare it with other public universities. Know if you're looking into a public university or a private university. Compare the tuition fees, compare it with other countries, but realize that in Belgium and at Ghent University, the cost that I show you is probably what you will pay, because there is a very small chance that you will receive a scholarship. Okay, my next slide. That's it. Very short. I hope that it gives the information that you want. Once again, there is a QR code. There's the email address that if you want this presentation, maybe for instance for the budget, or if you took a picture already of it, that's great. But you can always send me an email, international@ugent.be. If you mention the Pronabec presentation, I immediately know what it is about.